I've sent over 1 million cold emails, booked over 1,000 sales calls for myself and my clients in 2024, and have tested hundreds of different cold email scripts. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to write a cold email script that actually converts so you can book hundreds of calls for your business. Now, this isn't just going to be a bunch of templates you can copy paste, because doing that in 2024 doesn't work anymore. Every one of your potential customers has seen the cheap plug and play scripts already. So that's why in this video, I'm going to give you exactly what you need to write your own perfect cold email scripts for your offer, and explain to you the exact steps that you need to take so you can copy my process and generate millions of dollars in revenue. All right, guys, so now we're going to go through how to write the perfect cold email script. It's important to mention that there is no one perfect cold email script or one perfect cold email template that can be used for all scripts, because ultimately it depends on who you're targeting, what your offer is, and so many other factors. But there are a couple of components of a perfect script. Okay, so a couple of things that all great scripts have in common. And that's what we're going to go over in this video. Now, here's everything we're going to go over. How to identify your ICP, what is a cold email? I know most of you know what a cold email is, but I'm just going to go over that very quickly. Cold email subject lines, writing your openers, what to include in the actual body of the cold email and how to actually frame it, cold email CTAs, writing your follow-ups, and then also a live example. So there's a lot of information in this document. This document that I created is massive, so you're more than welcome to actually pause the video at any point just to read through every detail. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over all the important stuff and the things that I think you definitely need to know by the end of this video. Okay, so your ICP is your ideal client profile. Basically, it's a description of the perfect company or customer that you want to target for your business. Okay, so your ICP is basically the most valuable customer or prospect that is most likely to buy from you. And that is the person that we want to target in our cold email campaigns. Okay, so when defining your ICP, you need to consider the following company and people filtering mechanisms. Okay, location, company size, industry keywords, what technologies do they use, do they have any funding history, and are they looking basically to hire anyone? What are their job postings? And when it comes to people, where are the people located? What are the job titles? Are we going after the CEO, the founder, the owner, or are we going after, if it's a bigger company, usually the heads of different departments? So the COO, the CMO, any other positions within these departments. Now, how to clearly define your ICP? You can basically ask these 5 questions to yourself, 5 or 6 questions. So what industry are they in? Where are they located? What is their company size? What technologies are they hiring? Who are the decision makers? Okay, this is basically the same thing as this list right here, but just phrased in questions. Another thing you can do to help you identify your ICP is by building a Dream 100 list. If you don't know what that is, it's basically building a list of your Dream 100 prospects. Okay, so if I told you you could wake up tomorrow and work with 100 people, who would those people be? It takes a long time, but it's 100% worth it. So I would recommend building your lead lists through ListKit, because it just has triple verified email addresses. You don't need to pass the email addresses through verification tools, like you would have to do if you were using Apollo or anything else. So your homework for today when it comes to the ICP, just go through these 10 questions and answer them in as much detail as possible. Guys, this is the boring part, but it's the most important part, okay? So who is your ideal client? What are 5 to 10 companies you'd consider to be your ideal clients? What are the locations? How about the decision makers? What is the employee count? How much revenue are they making? What industries are these companies in? Some keywords that they use. What technologies are they using? If it's an e-com brand, are they using Shopify or anything else? Have these companies recently been funded? And are they hiring, yes or no? Okay. Don't be lazy. Put in the actual work, because with cold email, you can't play guessing games. Okay. This is just to make sure that we can pinpoint the exact type of person that you want to target. Now, the reason this is in a script video, okay, the reason why this video is talking about scripts, but I'm talking about your ICP, is because if you don't know your ICP, you can't write a good script. Okay, it's as simple as that. So what is a cold email? Cold email is a form of outbound marketing. We're basically sending emails to people that we have never connected with before. Okay, but instead of going to a networking event and being like, hey, nice to meet you, we're doing it through the magic of the internet. Okay, so in simple words, it's basically just sending a lot of emails, a large amount, using different software and automation processes to a large amount of people. Okay, and that large amount of people is your ICP. Okay. Cold email, it's worth mentioning here that it's B2B. This is not a B2C thing. It's even illegal but it varies by jurisdiction. It's against the law. So what is the goal of a cold email? This is also extremely important. The goal of a cold email is not to make money directly. It's not to actually sell your service through the actual email. The goal of a cold email is to get on a call with someone, have a conversation. Okay, don't go asking for 10, 20,000 in your scripts because no one's going to respond to you. Okay, so cold email subject lines. Basically, it's this bold text in your inbox right here. Um, the subject line has two goals. Okay, create curiosity and sell the open. So the minute you keep in mind that these people are receiving thousands, if not, I don't know, depending on who it is, tens of thousands of emails by the day, by the week. Okay, so you need to make sure that you can actually stand out. How do you stand out? You don't need some fancy subject line. You literally need to make it sound like an internal email. Okay, if there's one type of email that any CEO or whatever won't ignore, is if it's coming from their colleague. Okay, so you don't need to do anything fancy. Something that works really well is quick question, although it is a bit saturated right now, it's been overused. So if you want to break through or break away from that pattern, you could go for something like thoughts first name, question for first name, your name, intro. So all these things here work really well. Okay, so if there's one thing I want you to know when it comes to subject lines, make it sound like an internal email. Okay, if you've previously been working a 9 to 5 and you've received emails from your colleagues, go and look at the subject lines and pick one of those. Okay, it's mostly going to be something like this, something really simple. It's not going to be something like, I don't know, too fancy that sounds very salesy. Okay, so like 10 more calls or like open now or anything else. Okay, make it sound like an internal email. Now, writing your cold email openers. This is the non-bolded text that you can see in your inbox next to the subject line. Okay, the opener does two things. It appears in your inbox next to the subject line, and it's also the first part of your actual email. Okay, so it needs to be relevant and you need to generate curiosity because it also plays a role in making the prospect open the email. Okay, so you need to make it relevant, sell the open once again. So three goals, once again, as I mentioned, make it relevant, make it personalized if you can, even though personalization is a bit it's a bit overrated. Like focus on relevance and make sure that you can generate some curiosity. Okay, so for example, hey Alex, was searching for the top gyms in London, came across Alexander's Gymbox website. This is definitely not a real company. I just made it up right now. You have some great reviews. Okay, if I read this, I know that this guy's done his research. Okay, I genuinely don't care if he used a software to come up with this information or if he manually did the research. All I know is that the email that I'm reading says that I'm in London. He knows where I'm based. He knows what my company is called, and he knows that I have some great reviews. Okay, that's enough to make me open the email if I see this opener. Okay, and then the subject line is quick question, but you can use anything here. So this is what it would look like. Okay, quick question. Hey, Alexander, was searching for the top gyms in London and came across your website. You have some great, and then it cuts off there. Okay, that's enough to make me open the email. Okay, you've done your research, so I'll do it. These are a couple other examples. Once again, you can pause the video and actually go through all this, but the concept is the same. So I'm just going to keep this quick and move on to the next step. So what to include in your cold email body? This is the most important part. This is a bit of a tricky one because there are so many ways to go about this, but I'll just tell you the key components of the cold email body. Okay. So once you sold the open, you literally have 3 to 5 seconds to get someone's attention and then make them respond, or else you're going to lose it. Okay. You will lose your prospect. So your cold emails have to be between 50 to like 70 words. Okay. Anything more than that is just too long. You want to make sure that you split up your sentences line by line. Don't just send a big chunk of text. It's very, very off-putting and no one's going to read that. Make sure that you use a 2-to-1 ratio for the words you and I. So for every one time that you say I, you need to say the word you twice. Why? Because this email is about them. It's not about you. So forget about you, what you can do. Forget about, I've done this. I've helped several people do that. I've helped so many companies achieve X, Y, Z. I can help, forget about that. It's all about, I can get you this. You'll see an increase in sales calls for your company using this process that is going to get you X, Y, Z result. Okay. Focus on you. Okay. This email is not about me. It's about you. So this is one example of what the body can look like. Okay, so we can help you get 20 more people to sign up for a gym membership each month with our end-to-end lead gen system. Okay, that says gym lead system lead gen system. Okay. Um, so what are the components of this sentence? We have a quantifiable end result, which is 20 more people to sign up for a gym membership. That's the first step. So you can actually make a note of this. Anything you write has to have a quantifiable end result. What exactly am I helping you achieve? Am I helping you book 10 to 20 calls? If it's, for example, through cold email, am I helping you get 20 people sign up for your gym membership? Am I helping you get 1 million views on YouTube or social media? What is the quantifiable end result? Okay. Um, Now, this is each month, okay? You need a time frame. That's the second thing. So, am I helping you get 20 more people to sign up for your gym membership in the next 30 days? Is it every single month? Is it in the next 60 days? If you don't say anything, you leave it open to interpretation, and that could just mean that you're going to get me 20 more people to sign up in the next 12 years. I don't know. So, you need to have a time frame. Now, the next thing, which is probably the most important part in this sentence, is the or you don't pay. Okay, you can see that right here, which is in red writing. Okay, or you don't pay. The reason why this is so important is because when you're receiving an email from a stranger, you have a lot of what if questions. Okay, so you're saying that you can get me 20 people to sign up to my gym every single month. Okay, what if you don't do it? What if you get 18 people? What if it's 8 people? What if it's zero? So like you need to, as someone who's reading this email from a stranger, I have a lot of what if questions. And the or you don't pay basically answers all those questions. It creates an I win, you win situation and a you lose, I lose situation. Okay. If I don't get those calls, you don't pay me. If I don't get those calls, you get a full refund. If I don't get those calls, I'll work with you for free until you get those calls booked or until you get 20 people to sign up for your gym membership. Okay, this is a guarantee. It's a risk reversal. You have to include it in your scripts in any form. I just mentioned 3 forms. This is going to increase the chances of getting the prospect to take the desired action by like 1,000,000,000%. Okay, now the other thing that's also important, which is not mentioned in this document, so I'm just going to add it right now, is a case study. Okay, so social proof. Obviously, this helps. If you have it, then you definitely include it, and you can use this template here. So like something like just recently, we helped X company achieve Y result in Z days using the exact same strategy. Okay, so I can help you get this quantifiable end result in this time frame, as I mentioned right here. So 20 more people to sign up for a gym membership using my unique end-to-end gym lead system or whatever, or you don't pay. Just recently, we helped, for example, Mark's gym down the road get 30 people to sign up for his gym in the first 18 days of working with us using the exact same strategy. That is a perfect way to include a case study into your scripts, and it is a must. If you have it, there's no reason why you shouldn't put it. It won't do any harm. Like it'll only do good. Okay. So that's what you need to include in the body. Um, Once again, you can pause the video, go through. This is just a couple of other examples right here. Okay, so for example, if it's a swimming pool maintenance company, I imagine you're always looking for ways to ensure that your employees do a good pool cleaning job. We can help you hire a team of skilled pool cleaners in LA to handle all your swimming pool maintenance work. It is an extremely random example, but once again, you get the gist. So now the next step is your CTA. Okay, so we've solved the open. Now someone has read the actual email. He's read the body. He knows what we're offering. He knows what the quantifiable end result is. He's answered those what if questions in his mind. He's seen the actual social proof as well. So we've also helped other people do it. Now we need to tell him, okay, you know what the information is now. What do you have to do? Well, like, what is the next step? Keep in mind, like these people, once again, are strangers. If you don't tell them what to do, if you don't give them a crystal clear next step, they're just not going to reply. Okay, you're still a stranger to them, and it doesn't take much at this point for them to just shut down their laptop and move on with their day. Okay, so what is the goal of a CTA? Sell the reply and just keep it simple and short. That's not really a goal. That's what it should look like. But the goal is to sell the reply. Okay, you need to give the prospect a clear next step as to what they need to do right now. Okay, you're not going to say something like, "Can you please pay me $10,000 right now because I have some social proof or anything." That's not going to work. Okay, this is the criteria of a good CTA. Okay, make it easy to say yes to, make it about them, and be specific. Okay, if you can fill in these three criteria, and I'm going to show you what something like that looks like, then there's a much higher chance you're actually going to get the response. Okay, so a good CTA, for example, is mind if I share a quick video explaining further? This is the Loom video strategy. So, for example, if you're talking about the fact that you can set up an AI powered cold email system for their business, then you can end by saying, "Hey, can I share a quick video explaining how we can implement this system into your business?" And then you go into actually filming a Loom video, which I'll go over in another video as to how you should actually frame that. If you don't go for the Loom video strategy, then you can go for something like up for a chat about how we can help you out. So this is being a bit more upfront, like you're actually pitching the call. Then you could go for something a bit more subtle, like open to hearing how we can help you, or any interest in hearing some ideas I had in mind for you. So you can see that all these have something in common, okay? And it's these three criteria. It's easy to say yes to, it's about them, it's specific, and obviously it's a question, okay? It has to be a question. You don't want to end by saying something like, let me know how this sounds or anything else. No statements, finish with questions. Okay. Now, a bad CTA is something like, I put together a 50-page PDF explaining the best email marketing practices for 2024. Okay. That is a really shit CTA because it's just a massive PDF document that I could find anywhere on the internet by anyone. Okay. So this is what a full cold email looks like. Okay. Hey Alex, was searching for the top gyms in London and came across Alexander's Gym Box website. You have some great reviews. We can help you get 20 more people to sign up for a gym membership each month with our end-to-end lead gen system, or you don't pay. Just recently, we helped Max Gym my bad, get an extra 30 memberships in the first 20 days of working with us using this exact same strategy. Mind if I share a quick video explaining further? I'm going to tell you what the exact components are in this script that make it so good. Okay, first of all, it's pretty short. Okay, now I don't know how many words it is exactly. We could possibly reduce it slightly, but I'll tell you why it's a good script. Okay, we have the subject line, which is quick question or whatever, anything we mentioned above. Then we have the opener. Okay, this is relevant to someone. If you're a founder of a gym in London and I tell you I was searching for the top gyms, that's a bit of a compliment as well. In London and I came across your specific website, you have some great reviews, so you're giving me a bit of a compliment as well, and you're showing me that this is relevant to me. That's good enough for me to keep reading. Then you go in by telling me what the quantifiable end result is. Okay, so we can help you get 20, not 30 or 30 to 50. It's 20 more people to sign up for a gym membership each month. Okay, that is the quantifiable end result, and this is the time frame. Each month, every month, in the next 30 days. Okay, we have a guarantee, or you don't pay. Okay, we're answering those what if questions, and we also have a case study. Just recently, we helped Max's Gym get an extra 30 memberships in the first 20 days of working with us using the exact same strategy. And then we have the CTA, something easy to say yes to, which is the Loom video. Okay, so writing your follow-ups. This is also, once again, a bit of a big section. I'm going to keep it simple. Anything you need to know about the follow-ups. Okay, right here, it says that you need to follow a 5-step sequence, just because at the time of actually making this document, we used to use a 5-step sequence. But at the time of recording this video, we use a 2-step sequence. And the reason is because from emails in the sequence like 3 to 5, they usually have a much lower conversion rate. Okay, so someone is a lot more likely to respond to emails 1 and 2 than they are to emails 3, 4, and 5. The other thing is that people with all the recent deliverability issues with cold email as well, someone is a lot more likely to report you as spam on emails 3, 4, and 5 rather than email 1 and 2. Okay, you become a bit annoying after email 2. If I haven't responded to the first 2 emails, I probably just don't want to respond to you. Okay, so it's a lot more beneficial. For example, if based on the number of inboxes you have, you can send 10,000 emails every single month, you're a lot better off reaching out to 5,000 leads and reaching out to those leads twice, which would equal 10,000 emails, rather than reaching out to 2,500 people, but sending them 4 emails each, which would equal 10,000 emails again, or even reaching out to 2,000 people and sending them 5 emails each. Okay, reach out to more people and just reach out to them twice. Okay, and you usually want to send the second email around 3 to 4 days after sending the first email. Okay, so this is what you need to know when it comes to follow-ups. Now, what I, when it comes to the actual content that you're going to include in the follow-up email, you're basically just going to say your offer again in a different way. Okay, don't go for the basic, did you read my previous email, just checking in to see, if you saw what I wrote to you the other day. Like, all these things don't work, and you're just wasting the prospect's time, because now he has to go back and he needs to find your first email. Okay, just say the offer in a different way. So if you started off by saying something like, "We're searching for the top gyms in London and came across your website, you have some great reviews." Now you could start off by saying, I don't know, "Hey Alex, um, found your website online, or notice you're the founder of Alexander's Gymbox website," and then question. So, are you looking for more people to sign up for your gym? Or would you be interested in having more people sign up for your gym membership? And then you could go into, once again, saying, "We can help you XYZ," and just phrase everything a bit differently. Okay. Or sometimes you could even, if you want a split test, you could even go for something like, um, you could get straight into it. So, "Hey, Alex, we can help you get 20 more people to sign up for your gym membership in the next 30 days using this system, or you don't pay. We've recently helped Max get an extra 30 memberships." Okay, XYZ. Okay, so you need to play around with these. You need to play around with the lengths of the emails as well. And that's why I keep saying that there is no one perfect cold email script. Okay, that's why you need to actually test out different lengths. You need to test out if it works better by even including the case study right at the top. So, "Hey, Alex, we recently helped a company exactly like yours get another 30 memberships in the first 20 days of working with us. And I think we could help you too. Mind if I share a quick video going over a strategy that we would use for your company?" For example. So, like, this is a bit different to like what I just wrote here, but what they all have in common are basically the fact that they're extremely relevant. Okay, they're extremely relevant. So if we're talking to, if I'm a meta ads agency targeting e-com brands, okay, I need to talk about something that is relevant to an e-com brand, and then my offer needs to be something that, for example, e-com brands spend a lot of money on ads, so we can increase your ROAS, for example. Okay, so the offer needs to be not only a quantifiable end result, it needs to be relevant. Okay, everything needs to be relevant, even the case study. Okay, so for example, if I run a cold email lead gen agency, if I'm targeting plumbing companies, if I have a case study about how I helped a plumbing company book more calls, that's the case study I should use. It's all about relevance. Okay, so we can even go for a quick live example here as well, even though we've basically done it here. But for example, if you're a if you run a marketing agency targeting e-com brands, I'll just go with that because I mentioned it right now. You could go for something like, "Hey, first name, came across your brand online, love your products." Okay, so once again, we're basically saying that we came across your brand. You could even say something like, "Came across company name online." Okay, so like if you want to actually show them that you know what the name of the company is. Okay, so "Came across company name online. We can help you 5x your ROAS in the next 30 days using interactive banner ads, or you don't pay." I just made this up right now. Okay, this is might be completely useless, but like the components are there. Okay, and then we recently helped a brand. Even go something like, we recently helped Nike increase their ROAS by 7x in the first 16 days of working with us. The exact same strategy. Okay, and then any interest in learning further. Okay, that's one thing you could write. Another thing you can do is go for something like, hey, first name, we recently helped Nike increase their ROAS by 7x in the first 16 days of working with us. Based on your product line, I think we can help you achieve the same. Mind if I share a quick video going over strategy I had in mind for you? Okay, so the reason why this also works is because, okay, we might not have the actual opener there, but once again, if you think about it, like if they see this non-bolded text in their inbox, it still works well as a good opener. Because if I also run an ecom brand and you helped another ecom brand increase their ROAS by 7x, and I read that, because I'm probably going to see this in my inbox. This is probably going to show up. Maybe not the whole line, but we recently helped an ecom brand increase their ROAS by 7x. Okay, if I'm an ecom brand, I probably want to see that. Okay, so we've solved the open there. And then based on your product line, which is similar to the other ecom brand, because I used a relevant case study, I think that we can help you achieve the same. Mind if I share a quick video going over a strategy I had in mind for you? Okay, like I think the toughest thing for people to realize when it comes to cold email is that you don't need to say too much. Like 2 or 3 relevant lines is enough to make someone respond to you. And there's like zero friction with this CTA. You're literally just saying, can I send you some free value? That's basically it. Okay. So that's basically a live example. There's just endless scripts and variants that you can write. So if there's just to recap everything we've been through that I need you to take away from this video, start off with your ICP. Make sure you identify your ICP and you know exactly who you're reaching out to. Don't play guessing games. It's not like, oh, it might be this guy, but it might also be that guy. Like, make sure you know who you're writing to, because your script is going to be completely crap and irrelevant if you don't know who you're reaching out to. Okay? Subject line has to look internal. That doesn't really matter as to who your ICP is. Like, just make it look internal. The opener has to be something relevant. It has to sell the open. What do you need to include in the cold email body? A quantifiable end result in a specific time frame, using a risk reversal as well to answer those what if questions, and also include some social proof if you have it. Then you need a CTA that is easy to say yes to. It's one clear ask, it's conversational, and it's subtle as well. Okay, you don't want to ask for money or anything else. Okay, then you want to write your follow-ups. You use a 2-step sequence. You send the next email 3-4 days later, and you basically just say your offer in a different way. And that's how you also split test. If someone didn't respond to a specific angle, then you're going to use a different angle in the follow-up. You're not just going to hit him with the exact same thing. Now, that is exactly how you can write the perfect cold email scripts for your business. Having said that, running cold email campaigns is much more than just having the perfect script. You need to have the right offer, landing page, case studies, set up the domains, and manage the inboxes. All to name just a few things that go into cold email campaigns that actually book calls. So you don't want to hit those bottlenecks by doing all of that yourself. So if you run an agency or a B2B company and want us to book you qualified calls for your offer, then click on the first link in the description. Once you're on there, just watch the video, book a call if you want to start booking meetings on autopilot, or don't. It's up to you. Regardless, I'll see you in the next one.